Hey guys, welcome back to part 8 of 24, the second video of the day. We've had Vincent Kompany, so make sure you go and watch that after this, and make sure you hang around after this for Aymeric Laporte. This time it's the turn of John Stones, a season very much split right down the middle, and one that's equally brilliant yet equally frustrating, I suspect, for Stones. Up until around Christmas, he was more or less our first choice starter alongside Laporte, and he was absolutely fantastic. He had a few kind of brief dabbles at defensive midfield, most notably in a 3-2 loss at home to Palace. That wasn't really his fault. We tried him there because we missed Fernandinho and so on. And we also tried him a little bit at right back in a few games. Hoffenheim, I remember, he got hooked at half time, I think, but we won 2-1 in the end, so it didn't matter. But largely, when he played at centre back alongside Laporte, he was fantastic, and a lot of very big wins in the early part of the season, most notably against Arsenal and Chelsea, I think. Is that right? I can't remember. Someone correct me on that. But he was very, very good there. And he looked like he was really fulfilling all his promise. He was just solid. He was strong. I remember one game, I think it was Burnley. I think we battered Burnley at home. And I remember thinking, how can in a 5-0 win a centre-back stand out so much? It was the way he was reading the game. It was the way he was just stepping across forwards, sweeping up so elegantly, stepping into midfield. And we saw the full variety of his passing ability and that composure, that ability to never actually just give the ball away and remain calm and never flustered. And that was absolutely on show all the time in the front half of the season, and he was absolutely fantastic. But it did kind of drop off, if we're being honest. He only made 2 starts from February onwards. So basically, he's like the reverse Vincent Kompany. As you saw in that Vincent Kompany video, if you've not watched it already, make sure you watch it after this. I said for Vincent Kompany, he barely played at the start, but when the big games came around, he was wheeled out as the senior leader there. And I think Kompany probably earned that, but I think Stones would be disappointed that he wasn't trusted towards the end. Only 2 stars from February onwards showed that essentially he was down the pecking order, which made a massive change for a man who was so trusted in the early parts of the season. For a man who was genuinely first choice there, he was strong, he was composed, he understood the way that Guardiola wanted to play, to barely play at all. He had a couple of minor injuries, one around December, which didn't really keep him out for much time at all. It was a hamstring injury, but even though he barely didn't play, he barely missed any games, he still didn't play quite as well after that. He did obviously, though, have that one massive defining moment, that clearance off the line against Liverpool, which showed how much he improved as a defender in general. That 11 millimetres or whatever it was, which essentially stopped Liverpool from going unbeaten and basically gave us a lead. That one moment was brilliant from defending from Stones. But he had a very quiet end of the season. He wasn't involved really in any of the big games. He just kind of sat on the bench, came on every now and then to help kind of shore things up. And it was a really weird end for a season where Stones had so much promise early on. I think Stones, if I'm being honest, would have been a bit disappointed by that. If he'd carried on in the form that he was showing, and he'd carried on being that important, we'd be looking at an 8.5, maybe even pushing a 9. But I can't hand on heart say that, given the fact that he became a little bit of a squad player. He'll be disappointed in this, and probably rightfully so. I'm going to give him a 7.5 because he just wasn't involved when it mattered at the end of the season. I know the first half season does matter, but he was notably ignored. I started to wonder if sometimes Guardiola does question his kind of leadership abilities. He hasn't quite got that yet, which is why he wasn't used, and Vincent Kompany was mainly used at the end. Otamendi was used a little bit ahead of him as well towards the end of the season. Laporte, just the number 1 first choice. Stones will have to get that. He'll have to develop that in the future. He's got a massive chance now next season, obviously with the rumours of Otamendi maybe leaving next year. Vincent Kompany's already gone, which basically means we've only got 2 that are guaranteed to be here next season, Stones and Laporte. If Otamendi does go, well, we are kind of screwed, really. We need to sign a couple of centre-backs if we're going to promote, if we're not going to promote anyone. But Stones, it was a decent season. It could have been an excellent season. I say it was a good season in the end, but it could have been excellent, which is a shame. A massive point for him to prove next year, and hopefully he'll be the guy that starts these finals and starts these important Champions League games, because that's what he should be. He's good enough, and there's lots for him to learn still. So guys, that's just my thoughts on John Stones this season. It could have been so much more, but I think at the end of the day, towards the end, it was a little bit underwhelming for him. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. As ever, thank you to all these names, my patrons, for supporting this channel. Go and check out all the other defensive reviews so far, including Danilo, Kompany, Otamendi, and hang on very shortly for the Laporte video. Make sure you subscribe too. See you in a bit.